Majority of mothers who have substituted breastfeeding for bottle feeding have been made to feel guilty, dissatisfied, stigmatized, and defensive because of the option and the choice of choosing not to breastfeed, but to bottle feed. So we need to talk about this. And it's so sad that these mothers are feeling like this because of the public responses that they get whenever somebody realizes or notices that they're not breastfeeding, but they're giving the child a bottle. Even the health sector is not contributing or assisting mothers who optionally or choose to not breastfeed. You do not get enough articles, information, the how to bottle feed, details from any public forum. You actually have to dig deeper into it and, get people who have experience with bottle feeding to help and assist. I had one experience where at the hospital where I was, the nurses did not even want to tell me how I should bottle feed and how to take it. I had to navigate that on my own. However, today we were talking about the stigma that is probably caused by you who's watching, or I have actually caused it myself and made those mothers feel like, they have to defend themselves. Okay, so diving right into all this, I know of few mothers who've had to hide their bottles, hide the formula milk whenever they get visitors because they are just sick and tired of the questions, why are you not breastfeeding? You need to understand that breastfeeding or bottle feeding is the most important between the two. Feeding, the fact that the child is being fed, whether from the breast or from the bottle, you don't need to ask so many questions. You actually have to say wow and applaud the mom for actually taking care of the little one and feeding them. Don't go ahead and start asking questions. Why? People have different reasons why they choose to not breastfeed. I'm going to highlight just a few. Some of the issues is that, a mother is needed to go back to work sooner than, less than a month. So breastfeeding is going to be really strenuous, especially on the child. And it's somehow. Other mothers have medical conditions which prevent them from breastfeeding. And nobody's going to be audibly out there trying to tell you that, yes, I have this sickness or this condition and I cannot breastfeed. I have to. People are just not keen to explain those things to you. Okay, other mothers just don't have enough breast milk. They are not expressing enough breast milk. They don't have milk that's enough for the child, and the child needs a supplement. And to make sure that child grows healthy and the child is well fed, they have to actually bottle feed. You see, there are many reasons why people bottle feed, but nobody should make anyone in that position to feel guilty and defensive. The public response around bottle feeding is so, people need to change. You need to change. Okay, so what is the courtesy? What is the etiquette around somebody who bottle feed? Please make sure you don't ask why are you not breastfeeding. If you see somebody bottle feeding, don't ask why are you not breastfeeding. That question makes the person feel like now they have to defend themselves. Number two, if you don't understand the whole concept around around bottle feeding, don't then bombard this mother that is bottle feeding with so many questions, because it somehow makes them feel very, very weird and dissatisfied with their option or with their decision that they've made. Okay, so now to you, the mother that is obviously opting to bottle feed and not to breastfeed, you need to prepare yourself. You have to prepare yourself, because socially, many people have not accepted or are not of the normalcy that bottle feeding is okay. So you are definitely going to get some negative vibes and a lot of questions. Just prepare yourself. It's very normal. I know it can be straining and stressful, but prepare yourself. And especially if you're coming from if you're married to, or coming from a family that is very strong culturally, you will find yourself in the position of explaining yourself a lot, because that group of people doesn't understand why you are giving the child some kind of milk instead of the milk from your breast. So also give a bit of leniency, when people ask you, and don't get too quick to get offended, and just explain yourself. And if you feel like you don't want to talk, just say, it's my choice, that's what I choose. If you don't want to explain yourself, it's my choice. If somebody asks you, don't then go there and seem to sound rude about it, because I know it is straining as well to constantly having to defend why you are feeding your own child in a specific way. So yeah, breastfeeding or bottle feeding, what is important is feeding. The child is being fed, the baby is being fed. So let's all be a supportive society. If you know a new mother or a mother that is bottle feeding, be supportive, help in washing the bottles, help. Don't ask too many questions, yet you are not even assisting. Also, to those people who know a new mother out there who is bottle feeding, people, you need to understand, formula is not cheap. It is expensive. So if you know that somebody is bottle feeding and you need ideas of gifts to give them, a can of the formula that the baby takes will be something that will be of a very, very good and dear gesture. If you buy it as a gift for them, that will be you would have shown a lot of support, because formula is not cheap. It is expensive. It is very, very expensive. So yeah, please do comment down below. I just felt like, what, let me come and just talk about it, because a lot of people, especially where I come from, ask a lot of questions once they see a bottle and not a breast. I hope you just enjoyed this, and yes, I'll see you guys in the next episode. And this is Hopeful Stories. How far I am. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Bye.